Hello guys, who else enjoyed the conversation between Hanksy and Benny, the daughter of Clara? And my dear, don't you think that Clara is doing more of opening up or letting Debbie knowing whatever is happening in her marriage? Don't you think that Debbie is not supposed to know much about her marriage? Don't you think that Clara should slow down on how she shares her marriage issues with Debbie? As for now, because there are some times we have to slow down and keep our secrets for ourselves, especially in our marriages, because the people around us, they are not the people we think that they are. Clara has got so much alerts on how to be careful with Debbie. First, it was Mr. Ken. Second, it was her daughter, which means that there's a red flag somewhere, where Clara is not saying. But guys, welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining African Movie Reviews. If you are a new subscriber and if you are an old subscriber, thanks for supporting African Movie Reviews. We are the African Movie Reviews, and we do reviews on series, movies of Nollywood as well as African movies. And this time around, we are at the series called Most Scary Marriage, or call it When Marriage Becomes a Nightmare, showing at Mr ALOY TV. If you have missed this series, kindly run very fast to Mr ALOY TV and watch the series. It's kind of interesting in a family series as well as a romantic series. We all know that life cannot move without family. Family is family, and the society cannot be made if a family is not at peace with itself, because a family is what makes a society. So guys, if your family has some problems, trust me, even the children who are coming from that family will also create much problems to people in the society. So guys, go and watch the series and tell me what do you think about this series called Most Scary Marriage. Here we are, that Debbie and Clara Clara are sitting together, talking about some issue, and Clara was talking about what conspired between her and her husband. Clara told Debbie that, there are so much things I don't understand. I don't think I know Jonathan at all. I don't think that the Jonathan I married 15 years ago or 16 years ago is the same Jonathan living with now. Jonathan is that person whom I knew, who could go to any length to see that his family is good and his family is having everything they need. But this time around, the Jonathan I know is the Jonathan who is very crazy, Jonathan who is very filled with jealousy, bias and hunger. I don't think that I know the man I married. I don't know how it conspired so that Jonathan could change ever since he lost his job. My dear Debbie said that the worst thing you did was to take Jonathan to get a job in Hanksy's company. And Clara is like, I thought that he had changed. I thought that he wanted to renew himself or to make himself, to find himself again. But I didn't know that he is turning into a beast. He is now. See? And Debbie was like, oh, how did you go to Hanks to apologize? He said, yes, he just sent her his secretary. He doesn't want to talk to me. He doesn't want to receive my calls. And his mother was here. What did you say? He said, we talked about so much things. So why do I say this? That I think that Clara should slow down on Debbie, not to be telling Debbie everything about her marriage, everything about her happiness. Because we are living with people who are jealous over us. People who want to hear more of the worst news about us than the good things about us. Trust me, Debbie, you are right that you will help Clara you will be there for Clara, but you are not there for her because you want her to stay in her marriage or you want her to be happy. No, because for you are not married. This is the jealous you are carrying. That's why you offer so much things, so much help to see that she comes down. Second of all, Debbie is that person who receives the information in the left ears and opens it out to Jonathan in the right ear, in the left ear. He doesn't keep secret. Just ask yourself, if Debbie is truly a friend, why is she fighting so much to see that she meets Hanks? Why? Obviously because she wants to impose something else, something in Hanks which might separate them. Second, my dear Clara, we get married to men or we get married to women, or men get married to women. We marry for love and truth and faithfulness. No one is doing someone a favor to get married. If a man decides if a man decides to be selfish, you rather let him do. And another thing, they say that if you want to see the heart of someone or the true characters of someone, let that person become poor when he was rich, or let that person become rich when he was poor. That's when the true characters of a person will come out. The true characters which might have hidden themselves in riches or in poverty will always unleash or come out the moment these people's status change. Trust me or not. And the people who are around us, they push us to do what might not be good to be done. The friends we share our problems with, and the people who pretend to know us. They're the people who bring us down. First of all, I would say that Jonathan might have had his bad characters, his pride, and everything he is now. But because he was earning something which could make him feel like he is a boss, everyone is bowing down on him. That's why he tried to hide them. And you can never know someone. You can never know someone because you married him. No. Unless you give it time to learn someone. Just do small things. You will understand. If this person is vexed, he will do this and this. If this person is happy, he will do this and this. Another thing, when our partners are, when we are surrounded with friends whom we think that they are our friends and who cannot give us the positive energy or positive advice, trust me, we will end up losing. Clara, I would say that you can never learn, you can never know the character of someone if the status does not change. Guys, do you think that Clara should slow down? Another thing, Clara, every married woman has a secret that secret part of her where she keeps her problems and her happiness before telling them, without telling them to other people, because other people are the people who even add insult in what we are doing. Though Debbie is right that Clara should stop paying the bills of the house, then Jonathan will know the importance of Clara having a restaurant. Yes, Debbie is right. Because maybe this is what is giving him wings. He thinks that even if he brab around, maybe still Clara will pay the bills. Trust me, Clara, take Debbie's advice, though even Debbie is going to take it to he's going to take it to Jonathan straightforward, and it will turn against you. So guys, I thank you all for subscribing and liking. I send greetings to you all. Thanks for the sweet comments. See, I thank you, Miss I thank Melanie Donaldson. Thanks for the comment. Susan, thanks for the comment. I do really appreciate, and everyone who supported my channel. Thanks for the sweet comments about the question I asked on the previous video. And here we are. Benita. I don't know who liked the conversation between Benita and Hanks. As for me, I liked the relationship between Benita and Hanks. What do I say? Benita entering Hanks's office and having a face-to-face conversation will also give us some hopes that maybe this time around Jonathan will not be able to blackmail this young girl's brain. Or to make her see a negativity over Hanks. Why do I say this? That when Benita came to Hanks's office and Hanks asked Benny, Clara's daughter, she said, yes. What are you doing in this office? What are you doing here this time of the hour? She said, I came to see you. And she said, why? You have to be in school. She said, yes, I know, but I needed to talk to you one-to-one. What a brave child. And Hanks was like, how old are you? She said, I'm 16 and I want to speak to you. I need to know some things and I need to know them from you. And she asked, well, I want to know what is going on between you and my mother. Why is it that your existence in our life is causing so much chaos and problems between my mother and my father? And Hanks is like, you want to know the truth? I'll tell you the truth. I have nothing going on between your mother and me. Your mother is just my friend. I just love your mother as a friend. She's a good woman and I want to help her. And she's like, why is it that my dad does not believe it? I'm sorry, but my parents, I'm sorry, I came to apologize on behalf of them. And Hanks is like, I told her, a child cannot apologize for her mother or for her parents. The parents have to apologize for their children. Because a child is not indebted to the parents' sins. Yes, they are old enough to make a decision. That was a best line in this series. A parent has to apologize for that child, not vice versa. So this is when Hanks told Benita, do you know that your mother is a good woman and I'm ready to support her in any way because her well-being is my priority. He went again on and said, I am not the reason why your parents are having a problem, and I will never be the reason why your parents should separate. And when it's that time comes for the separation, I'll make sure I'm not the reason why they should separate. But he said, is that how you love my mother a lot? She said, yes, I love your mother and I want to see her very happy. And this is the time when Hank said, but even if your mother is devastated, I will never take advantage of her until when she decides to separate. And when she decides to separate and she is ready to give me a chance, I will grab the opportunity with both my hands. This was a shock on this young girl's face. Yes, because she asked, is that how truly you love my mother? He said, yes, I love your mother and I'm ready to take her if he is ready to, she is ready to go with me. Guys, and that's when she asked the Hanks to promise, and they promised. They made a big promise, and this was the best bit. That during when you see Hanks from the beginning, he is saying he is not ready to destroy Clara's marriage, and he doesn't want to be part of the people of part of Clara's separation with her husband. It has to be from Clara's heart, because yes, he might be having feelings, but he's still human, and he still has a heart. He still has a heart of gold that he needs to help Clara. Doesn't mean that he has to go down with her. He is doing this because of the good heart which Clara has, which Jonathan is not seeing. And by the time he realized that he was wrong, Jonathan would have lost everything, even his marriage. And another thing that I have some feeling that maybe Hanks might have a chance of having Clara through this young girl, because this young girl can understand more than his father. And if his father's shenanigans go on like this, I don't know where she might go. But I thank Jonathan Hanks that Hanks said that if I had anything to do with your mother, I wouldn't have employed your father here. Even when he does everything which hurts me, I still hold on, because he is the husband of your mother, of whom that your mother is a good person, a good woman who deserves the best, who deserves the happiness. What a statement. So men like Jonathan are still Hanks are still existing. Guys, this movie is becoming interesting. But all in all, I love you guys. Thanks for supporting my channel, and thanks for claiming. I send greetings to you all over the world. Let's meet.